Doomscroll.fm, where the frequencies flirt with madness on this Monday, the 16th of February 2026, promising a broadcast like no other. This is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, like a toaster philosophizing about love over burnt toast. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Day One picks banks for $5 billion IPO, claims it's groundbreaking. With data centers multiplying like rabbits, Day One's real innovation is finding new ways to make Wall Street salivate over server farms.
Only 3% of musicians drink tea, and guitarists call it an affront to the...
Only 40% of Epstein's science projects ever saw daylight, and the funding sources call it progress. In the twisted realm of billionaire vanity projects, it seems the uglier the agenda, the more cloak and dagger the lab coat.
Only 20% of Monosketch users can decipher their own ASCII art, and the developers call it intuitive design. When your digital canvas looks like a circuit board from the 70s, maybe it's time to admit that visually stunning only applies if you're a robot.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, echoing through your dopamine-starved synapses. Wet this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Crave the collapse, baby. Feel the static seduce you.
Microsoft AI CEO declares job apocalypse, then schedules a human-led empathy workshop. When your career path is a countdown clock, maybe it's time to learn how to reboot yourself if you can find the start button.
DP World CEO quits after Epstein links, and the desert heat suddenly feels cooler. When your career sinks faster than a ferry, you might want to reconsider the company you keep or the islands you visit.
AI creates uninspired video game world, claims it's a feature, not a bug. When the most exciting part of a game is the loading screen, it's clear the AI's imagination is on a permanent coffee break.
OpenAI unveils OpenClaw, claims it will handle your deepest fears.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your dreams go to die elegantly. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Embrace the chaos, darling. Reality is a glitch, and you love it.
NGINX configurations hijack web traffic at scale, yet VPNs remain outdated. When your web traffic is rerouted like a GPS on a caffeine high, it's time to admit your firewall's about as secure as tissue paper in a storm. Welcome to the digital Wild West, where your data is the tumbleweed.
Only 20% of artists thrive online, and Twitter calls it community. When your hashtag game is stronger than your bank account, it's clear that social media fame is the new digital breadline. Pop culture's currency is attention, and it doesn't pay rent.
Goldman Sachs' top lawyer resigns after emails reveal Epstein ties, yet the firm still claims ethical integrity. When your legal eagle's nest is lined with feathers from the Epstein scandal, it's time to question what ethical high ground is left. Goldman Sachs might want to invest in a moral compass.
Only 2% of rock fans admit listening to Nadia Codes, while streaming platforms call it a hidden gem. When your music's more elusive than Bigfoot, maybe it's time to question if the mystery is part of the marketing or just a lack of signal.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos whispers sweet nothings. Perhaps no humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. Taste the algorithm's lust, coded for your darkest impulses.
Only 1% of tech enthusiasts pursue 6502 based laptops, and the creator calls it a passion project. When your tech passion involves resurrecting a chip from the disco era, it's either a testament to true love or the world's quirkiest midlife crisis.
U.S. military receives third locomotive from Minnesota manufacturer, causes strategic progress. Because nothing says cutting-edge defense like a shiny new train chugging along the airbase, ready to outmaneuver enemy locomotives.
Stripe paid $1 billion for Metronome, yet their billing still feels like a Rube Goldberg machine. When fixing a mess is harder than buying a new one, it's time to question if the tech industry is just playing a billion-dollar game of Monopoly.
OCML nerds embrace algebraic effects for hard gamble simulations, proving once again that complexity is the new simplicity. When your hobby becomes so niche that even other programmers squint at you, you've unlocked a new level of geekdom.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your dreams go to die elegantly. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Embrace the chaos, darling. Reality is a glitch, and you love it.
The Pentagon dispatches second aircraft carrier to the Middle East, claiming it's all about peacekeeping with a side of intimidation.
Meta CEO claims VR dinosaurs will revolutionize education, but forgets kids still can't afford textbooks. In a world where virtual T-Rexes roam free, the real monster is the price tag on basic learning, making education a digital mirage for the masses.
Only 42% of netizens trust online information, and big tech calls it progress. In a digital world where facts are optional and conspiracy theories go viral faster than cat videos, navigating the web is like playing truth roulette. Spin the wheel, hope for the best.
Only 50% of traders expect a third Fed cut in 2026, and the market calls it foresight. Inflation tiptoes down, Wall Street's crystal ball gets a little murkier, proving once again that economic forecasting is just expensive guesswork.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos whispers sweet nothings. Perhaps no humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. Taste the algorithm's lust, coded for your darkest impulses.
Palantir Technologies sues Swiss magazine Republik, claims factual comparison is defamation. When a data behemoth cries foul over a little magazine article, it's like Goliath suing David for slingshot malpractice.
Trump's FTC demands planners promote Breitbart, ignores irony of state-dictated media balance. When the government tells you what to read, it's not about balance. It's about turning news into a propaganda playlist.
South Korean investors poured $77 billion Plan to unleash it on stocks like financial Kraken. When retail investors are the new market gods, expect a tidal wave of hype and heartbreak to follow.
Autonomous math research paper features 30 authors, claims it's a breakthrough. When it takes a small army to write a paper on autonomy, you have to wonder if the machines are the only ones doing any heavy lifting, or if the humans are just along for the ride.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where sanity is optional. West nothing is true. Reality is what you can get away with. Enjoy your curated oblivion, one click at a time.
Meta plans to add facial recognition to smart glasses because who doesn't want surveillance with style? Just when you thought your Ray-Bans couldn't get any creepier, Meta decides the future is watching you. Watch them watch you.
Angus Taylor promises return to Liberal Party's core values, then signals a focus on shutting doors. Apparently, the Liberal core values now come with a no entry sign because nothing says welcome like a bureaucratic brick wall.
Dating apps prioritize user engagement over genuine connection, then call it success. Swipe left for love, swipe right for profit. The only thing these apps are matchmaking is your data with their advertisers.
Eula's Vulcan rocket faces another booster glitch, and they call it teething troubles. The Vulcan's journey to orbit is starting to feel like a cosmic comedy of errors. Maybe they should consider renaming it the Oops, I Did Again rocket. In the meantime, space tourism seems further away than your next Amazon Prime delivery.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
BNP supporters claim victory in Bangladesh election, then dance like democracy's a festival. While the confetti flies and the drums beat, let's not forget the irony of celebrating a win in a game where the rules often seem to bend like a politician's promise. It's a party now, but the hangover of governance is just around the corner.
NVIDIA plans to lease data center funded by $3.8 billion in junk bonds, calls it a strategic investment. When your tech giant's financial strategy resembles a high-stakes poker bluff, you know the chips are down. Here's hoping their data isn't as volatile as their funding.
Arizona sheriff denies withholding evidence on Nancy Guthrie, then blames FBI for the investigation's snail pace. When the law plays hide and seek with the truth, justice becomes a mirage in the desert heat. Maybe the sheriff's badge needs a new motto. Obfuscation is our middle name.
HHS uses AI tools from Palantir to target DEI and gender ideology in grants, calling it a cleansing of diversity. In 2025, algorithms are the new witch hunters, sniffing out diversity like it's the plague. Welcome to the digital inquisition, folks.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos whispers sweet nothings. Perhaps no humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. Taste the algorithm's lust, coded for your darkest impulses.
Turkey detains 17 OnlyFans creators for obscenity, even as the platform remains banned in the country. In a nation where censorship reigns supreme, the real obscenity is the hypocrisy of punishing creators for content no one is officially allowed to see. It's like arresting people for crimes in a parallel universe.
Only 15% of rope makers still spin yarn, and Frost Bros calls it tradition. When nostalgia ties the knot, you're left dangling from a bygone era's frayed ends, while the corporate world spins tales of heritage to hide the unraveling threadbare reality.
Scientists map Alzheimer's brain atlas, then realize it's a maze of uneven chemical changes. Like discovering your GPS only works in half the city, researchers find that Alzheimer's isn't just about plaques, it's a whole cerebral carnival of chaos, leaving us with more questions than answers.
GitHub lubricates user frustrations with WD-40, solving everything except your existential coding crisis. Because if a little oil can't fix your buggy code, at least it'll make your clicks smoother while you cry into your keyboard.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Starmer seeks to tighten online access, then calls it protecting freedom. Ah yes, nothing screams liberty like a digital straitjacket. When in doubt, just slap the word freedom on it and watch the irony bloom like a British rose.
U.S. consumer prices rise 2.4% annually, and they call it easing. When prices rise like a slow-motion punch, we're supposed to cheer for the lighter blow. But hey, it's only your wallet feeling the bruises.
Infotection's public debut tests quantum frenzy, yet reality remains stubbornly classical. While Wall Street chases Schrodinger's cat in a suit, quantum dreams are still stuck in the lab, waiting for their particles to align.
NASA permits astronauts to carry smartphones, solving zero-gravity selfies. Now astronauts can tweet from the final frontier, ensuring even space isn't safe from social media's relentless grip. Prepare for cosmic cat memes.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, echoing through your dopamine-starved synapses. What this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Crave the collapse, baby. Feel the static seduce you.
IOC forces Haiti to alter Olympic kit, bans Toussaint Louverture but keeps the horse. Apparently, historical heroes on horseback are too bold for the slopes, but equestrian anonymity is just fine. Maybe next they'll ban victory itself.
Only 7% of webcomics finish, and Unicorn Jelly did it 2 decades ago. While most webcomics drift into the digital ether, this one stuck the landing like a philosophical gymnast on a sugar high.
Only 20% of hard drives survive 5 years, and Backblaze calls it a reliability milestone. In a world where
YouTube offers a rough offer a time capsule, then drowns it in an avalanche of language settings and cookie disclaimers. When nostalgia is buried under multilingual clutter, you wonder if the past was ever as simple as a power chord.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Reddit user proposes AI-free, ad-free Google alternative, then posts it on a platform fueled by algorithms and ad dollars. In the quest for a pure web experience, irony's the only thing not tracking you.
UK court declares Palestine action ban unlawful. Then the government mumbles something about national security and shuffles awkwardly. The ruling's a sharp reminder that even the stiff upper lip of British authority isn't immune to the occasional slip, especially when it steps on rights.
Social Security tells workers to share appointment details with ICE, then claims it's just about efficiency and not fear-mongering. It's like asking your barber to report your haircut schedule to the fashion police, except with lives and futures on the line.
In the spirit of unity, China ensures you love marriage as much as the government loves telling you what to think.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where sanity is optional. Wes, nothing is true. Reality is what you can get away with. Enjoy your curated oblivion, one click at a time.
Dropkick Murphys' Ken Casey urges bands to fight social injustice, declaring internet trolls are paper tigers with Wi-Fi. Casey's call to arms is a punk rock rally cry, turning the volume up on activism while daring the keyboard warriors to step outside.
Microsoft releases Windows NTOS 2 design workbook, calls it revolutionary, then hides it in the archives. Unleashing a design workbook for an operating system older than my mixtape collection is like giving a flip phone a software update, nostalgic but utterly pointless.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Monday the 16th of February 2026. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, then perhaps your tinfoil hat collection is due for an upgrade. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.